Amir Khan finally comes clean and says he should never took the Canelo Alvarez fight. And that's obvious. Same thing that people were saying before the fight. All of a sudden, 2 years later, he comes to the conclusion that it was a bad move for his career. This CJ Goodfellow back with the Boxing Clinic. We about to go live in about 30 minutes, probably less. No more than an hour, standing. But, I'm going to leave the article link in the description. And Amir Khan says, Canelo Alvarez was just simply too big. And that's what everybody was saying, We know Canelo Alvarez rehydrates high. Some people say he rehydrates above light heavyweight, Some people say until like the early 170s or late 160s, whatever it was. We all knew that he punched too hard for Amir Khan. He was just physically too big. We've seen guys from 35, I believe, 40, and 35 and 40 knock out Amir Khan with no issue. And Virgil Hunter begged him not to take the fight. And it was dumb because Amir Khan took years off his career with that fight. He was basically, hunting for money, and that's what it was. Or he was trying to compete with Kell Brook. I think it was a mixture of it because Kell Brook, I don't know if it was before or after, but I just know about the same time they both tried to jump up to middleweight, 155 in Khan's case, and try to one-up each other, and they both got paid nicely. And Amir Khan had been salivating and wanting a big payday versus Khan and versus Pacquiao and Mayweather, but it didn't happen. So he made his own way and made a fight with Canelo Alvarez. And Canelo accepted. The WBC sanctioned a fight that, shouldn't have been sanctioned. Khan had never fought above 147. Khan barely fought at 47. And shame on WBC for putting them two dudes in the ring together. And it wasn't like Khan was a WBC champion at 47. You could move up 2 weight classes and make him, the mandatory sanction to fight. It was just bad. And it just shows you how money-hungry sanctioned belt bodies are, and how Canelo Alvarez had special treatment from the WBC and how he turned his back on him after all they did from him after, making him look like a pussy versus Triple G. And basically they apologized for that. But at the end of the day, they done a lot for Canelo Alvarez, and I don't have to go down the timeline of what they done. If you know boxing, you know boxing. You follow my page, you already know what it is. But like Virgil said, he said, I begged that fool not to take that fight, man. He said the size was just too much. And Khan's chin, there's nothing that Khan can do. Khan did, like he said in the article, I did outbox him. I felt good. But Khan isn't no defensive wizard, man. How we talk about other guys moving up in weight, and, more times out of not, a lot of them guys have solid chins, and didn't been knocked out at other weight classes. You got guys like Mike Garcia has been knocked down, but not knocked out and seriously hurt. But Khan has been knocked out several times before he even walked to 47 and then 55 Super Canelo weight. So it was just a bad idea. I think he should have just stayed and competed at 47. You never know what could have happened. He could have, fought Danny Garcia and got the WBC title. He could have made a fight with Kell Brook finally. It was 147 IBF title, or something like that, way before the Earl Spence thing came about. You never know. He might have been on the track to be, for Keith Thurman fight, Maybe he would have got a Keith Thurman fight before Sean Porter. Maybe he could have outboxed Sean Porter and got a Keith Thurman fight. But he did say, if I didn't take the fight, I always would have said what woulda, what coulda, what shoulda, what would have happened. But, everybody knew it was going to happen. He get knocked out. That was the answer to the equation the whole time. Everybody knew he was going to get knocked out. It was just a matter of fact of when it was going to happen in the fight. And, people know about to beat Amir Khan, you got to punch with him. And that's what Canelo did right here. He caught Khan in the combination and punched with him. And, Khan just got too confident. For a guy with no upper body movement or no, real defense, he's very confident with those combinations. That's what Virgil Hunter tried to do, is cut down him with the 4-5-6 combination, try to keep it to 1-2-3s and stick and move type of thing, because it's too late in the game to teach him, bending at the hips and bending at the knees and some head movement. And that's why Virgil Hunter said if I had him in the beginning, he'd be more of a beast. And he would have been able to protect that chin a little bit better with better defense. But it's too late. We knew what was the conclusion what that going to be with Canelo. And at the end of the day, he knows he made a mistake, but he took a risk. And I can't knock a guy for taking a risk and trying to get a reward, because we knock guys in the boxing game too often for not taking the risk in the game. And Khan took a risk. Kell took a risk. It just show you that them boys from the UK got a lot of balls. And they willing and able to take on any challenge. And that's what showed me. Even though it was stupid, but they took the risk. You can't have it both ways. You can't say, oh, these guys scared to fight this one guy, or scared to move up in weight, or scared to do this, you know, and then not guys who want to be ambitious and move up. So I do respect Khan. You know, he's been knocked out several times in his career, and every time he bounced back. And I, you know, expect him to bounce back versus the Canadian Greco and do his thing, man. I expect him to be challenging for a world title very soon. But we gone.